While Thomas Anderson thought he was living a normal life, it was soon revealed that he was living in a simulation, completely separated from the real world. As he learns who he is faced with the greatest challenge yet, to save the love of his life and restore the world. The movie opens with an inspection of a mode in the Matrix, where Bugs goes in and finds herself in a simulation of Trinity being found by the agents. Bugs and Sec follow the woman as she tries to escape the agents. She is quickly overpowered by the agents, and Sec quickly notes that if it was Trinity, that wasn't supposed to happen. Realizing it is a trap, Sec warns Bugs to run. She is then pursued by the agents. As she is hiding, Agent pulls her from the back and takes her to another room. Whilst in the apartment, Bugs found an ID indicating they are in Thomas Anderson's apartment. Bugs reveals he is Neo and that he is alive, despite others believing him to be dead. She remembers the time when she witnessed Neo in his true form, stepping over the side of a building and not falling, and when he looked at her, it unlocked her mind. The agent also confesses to seeing codes in windows and mirrors, before realizing he is in a simulation. Realizing they aren't in the real world, the agent reveals his real name, Morpheus, before Bugs hugs him. She then offers him a red and a blue pill, and he takes the red pill, eager to find the truth. As agents start appearing at every turn, Bugs and Morpheus try to escape, and they finally do so by jumping off a window where the loop to the real world is, and they get removed from the Matrix. Inside the Matrix, Neo is living as Thomas, working for a video game company, Deus Machina, where he turned the original story of the Matrix into a successful video game trilogy based on his memories. Moments later, Thomas and his co-worker Jude go to grab a coffee, where they see Trinity. Neo quickly shows interest in her. Jude approaches her as Neo's wingman, and we learn that she is named Tiffany, and is married to a man named Chad and has 2 sons. Later, he visits his therapist, known as the Analyst. They discuss a previous suicide attempt, which was the moment Bugs saw him stepping over the side of the building. The Analyst prescribes him blue pills and tells him to take them every day. The following day, as he is working in his office, the emergency alarm goes off, forcing everyone out of the building. Thomas receives a message saying, if you want answers to your questions, go to the door at the end of the hall. He ends up meeting Morpheus, who offers him a red pill to help him learn the truth, but Thomas hesitates, saying this can't be real. At this moment, Smith and the other agents begin to open fire, forcing Morpheus to shoot back. Smith finds Thomas, and as he pulls the trigger, Thomas finds himself back at the Analyst's office, where the Analyst tells him he can no longer see the difference between reality and fiction. That evening, he gets drunk on the roof of a building and prepares to smash that like and subscribe button. Oh no, he prepares to fly as he once did, only to be pulled back by Bugs. She explains that he is Neo, and if he wants the truth, he needs to follow her. He goes after her, and they don't stop until they reach Morpheus. They show Neo images from the game, which are just the memories from his original journey with Morpheus in his original form. Bugs tells Neo that 60 years have passed since the war with the machines, and that Neo's true form, that the rest of the world sees, has been altered. Morpheus offers him the red and blue pill, and when Neo finally takes the red pill, he sticks his hand through a mirror, where the Analyst sees him and starts to panic. Suddenly, agents start appearing and shoot at them. The crew manages to run back on the train, where Bugs pushes Neo through a small mirror to be taken to the real world and removed from the Matrix. Neo wakes up in a slimy pod, like before, and is pulled out by machines. As he was carried away, Neo saw Trinity in another pod. He is taken through the ruins of Zion, before being taken to Io, where he is hooked up to the construct. Neo wakes up in a white room with Morpheus. Morpheus explains that he needs to go through withdrawal, as the Matrix has been feeding him blue pills for many years. He is then taken in a dojo simulation, where Neo is forced to fight Morpheus. He gets knocked down repeatedly until he believes in himself again, and uses his power to send Morpheus flying out, and destroys the dojo. When Neo awakens in the real world, Bugs introduces him to the crew. Neo asks about Trinity. However, Bugs tells him they don't know how to extract her yet. They all travel to meet the now elderly Niobe. Niobe introduces Neo to Freya and Quillian to show him that they've advanced past what Zion used to be. She also tells him about the Oracle, telling them about a new power. Until they understand it, Neo is kept in a tower for the time being. However, his crew gets him from the tower, and they observe Trinity as she is still Tiffany in the Matrix. Neo and the rest of the crew enter the Matrix to free Trinity, but they are encountered by Agent Smith and the other old characters of the Matrix. All of them get into a fight, which ends with Neo regaining his strength, which sends Agent Smith flying across the room. Eventually, Neo locates Trinity. As he's talking to her, it is revealed that the mastermind behind the Matrix is the Analyst, who succeeded the Architect and used the machines to resurrect Neo and Trinity after their deaths during the previous war. The Analyst managed to slow down the time, as a bullet is heading directly towards Trinity, with Neo unable to stop it in time. The Analyst takes the bullet seconds before it hits Trinity, and Neo is forced to flee with his crew. The crew returns to an angry Niobe. Niobe brings Neo to meet Sati. She tells him her father designed the resurrection pods that brought him and Trinity back to life, and despite knowing the risks of bringing Trinity back, Niobe eventually agrees to allow the crew to free her. The entire crew goes along with the mission, as a few of them rescue Trinity from the pod, while Neo and the others return to the Matrix. Inside the Matrix, Neo makes a deal with the Analyst. If Trinity decides to stay with Chad in the Matrix, then the Analyst will win. But if she decides to stay with Neo, they have to let her go. At that moment, Tiffany came and Neo talked to her. Suddenly, Chad and her kids arrive, pulling her away from Neo. As she backs away, Neo is taken captive, but seeing Neo like this awakens something in her, and she finally realizes who she is. She and Neo fight against the agents and overpower them once they bond. The Analyst slowed down the time and pointed a gun toward Trinity. Suddenly, Smith appears and goes against the Analyst. Neo and Trinity slowly get separated, and as they try to get close to each other, they grab each other's hands, and everyone around them is thrown away. The Analyst appears, but Smith ends up shooting at him until he disappears. Sec detects trouble in the Matrix, so Neo and Trinity ride through the city on her bike. The Analyst regains power and starts using bots to take out the two of them. The two of them entered a building to escape the bots and reach the rooftop. Suddenly, a helicopter appears and shoots at them, but Neo manages to block all the bullets coming their way. He managed to divert the rocket from one of the helicopters to the other, causing them to crash into the building. As Trinity stood up, she tells Neo she finally remembers everything about them. The two leap off the building in an attempt to fly, but only Trinity can. She holds Neo's hand as they escape to the real world. As they woke up in the real world, they finally held each other. Both of them visit the Analyst, where Trinity gives him a few good punches before they thank him for another chance to make this right. As the movie concludes, Neo and Trinity are seen flying away together to restore balance to the Matrix. Subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the notifications so you never miss any of them.